Hello everyone, welcome to this PHYSIO TV session. Myself Utkarsha
and myself Shardul.
We are here to talk about exam preparation as a part of the Little Masters series which is newly started. So for today, since the exam season is coming, we are talking about exam preparation and how to deal with the syllabus and the stress that comes along.
Yes. So we have divided the topic in various sections. So we will start with the first section, that is to know your topic. So before starting, we should be aware that what our subjects are, what is the syllabus for it, and we should be ready with the study material in terms of, say, the books to refer, or we have some notes or some important points, some important highlighted points which we have. We have to be ready with it, and we should make sure that these points are adequate, correct, reliable, and understandable.
The next part is dealing with your time. For this, you have to analyze the time you have and the number of subjects or topics that you have, and then you allot sufficient time to each subject. For this, you have to know your strength and your weaknesses. That which topic you need to cover, you need to give more time, and which topic needs more revision. Then you have to make daily and weekly goals, and you have to plan accordingly and achieve the goals before the week ends. Always remember to make a to-do list so that you can keep a check on yourself, and remember to keep a buffer time, at least a day for a week, so that you can complete your backlog in the buffer period.
Yes. So moving on, in order to devise your time properly, what we are going to do is we are going to tell you a technique. So it is called as the topic matrix or the topic quadrant. So what you are going to imagine is that a four-quadrant system wherein we have frequently asked questions and not frequently asked questions, whereas difficult topics and not difficult topics. What you have to identify is the first quadrant wherein you have difficult topics which are frequently asked. That should be the target list. Then you have frequently asked questions which are not difficult. So that is what you can easily cover. So those are your easy topics. Then you have not frequently asked questions, but they are difficult. Those are those odd questions which creates a last moment panic, last moment panic during the exams. So what you have to do is you have to identify these topics and have some information about these topics. And then we have the fourth quadrant, which is not difficult topics and which are not frequently asked also. So for these topics, you can keep them at the last. So this is how you are going to prioritize your syllabus or the topics which you have. The second method is group study. So when you have these topics or when you get an idea of what important topics are and what are the first priority topics, you can divide these topics in between the group members, and then you can exchange notes or have discussions to solve the important questions from the question bank or past year paper solving. All this is very important. So division of topics according to this is important, and then you can manage your time accordingly.
Also remember to review the question papers that you have for the previous years and try to solve at least one paper per subject so that you can analyze how much time you need for a 15 marker or a long answer question or a short answer question. Then next comes the war time. So for a efficient war, you must have your weapons ready, meaning the stationery, your ID card, and everything in place so that you prevent the last minute havoc. Then next is a stable mind and adequate time in hand. So to manage time during exam, first when you're given a question paper, analyze the question paper first. Know what are your strengths. Whatever you find is your strong point, start with that. So the starting of the paper creates an impact on the examiner as well. Then you have to have a 20 or 30 minutes buffer time. So consider that those 20 or 30 minutes are not yours. So leaving that, you have to cover the entire paper in the remaining time. So whatever time remains, you can cover the diagrams, flowcharts, underlining the important points. Whatever is remaining, you can use the buffer time for that.
Yes, so as she rightly mentioned, diagrams and flowchart hold a very important, it is a very important aspect of the entire paper because it is putting the entire content, not putting less content, but putting the content rightly. It is how you should represent your answers. So every long answer question should have a support of a diagram or a flowchart or a table, And not necessarily you have to draw a very detailed diagram. A mere stick diagram or a self-explanatory diagram is very sufficient, provided you name it properly. So naming a diagram is another thing. Flowchart helps the examiner understand what you want to say, and it actually divides the entire answer into various sections so that you can describe accordingly. So it is very important. Nextly, when you write your answers, point-wise answer writing is very important. You start with an introduction, then you can write the entire main content of the answer. Then you can write the flow chart or a diagram for the answer. And it is important to end the answer with the clinical importance or applied importance, especially for any subject, wherever it is relevant for that topic, you should support your answer with an applied importance because that scores you brownie points.
Then coming back to the time you have between two papers, you have to make sure that you use that time smartly. So again, in those 1 or 1.5 days, you divide the time according to the matrix. So whatever is important and you find it is difficult for me to cover, it is difficult for me to remember. So start with that, then go to some easier topics, then come back again and revise those topics. Try to learn and keep targets in that also, so that you can cover the entire syllabus or or important chunks at least in the given time. Apart from all this, to win the war, the soldier should be fit, physically as well as mentally. So make sure you take care of your health, you take adequate rest, follow proper sleep schedule, have adequate nutrition, stay hydrated, and at least some amount of physical activity, and practice meditation to relieve stress. All the best.
Yes. So now we are almost at the end of our session. So I would like to just conclude of what all we spoke about. So we started with knowing the topic, that is knowing the syllabus in detail. Then we understood what is the exam preparation, that is pre-exam preparation during your PLs or the time you get, how to divide the topics, how to understand it. Then what preparations you need to make before the exams, like your study material or the stationery, hall ticket, ID card, etc. And then how you have to write the papers. And then we understood importance of the other factors which can affect your entire exam period. So we are at the end of our session, and we would like to thank our founder president, Dr. K.H. Sancheti sir, our chairman, Dr. Parag Sancheti sir, and our executive director, Manisha Sangvi ma'am, and our principal of Sancheti College of Physiotherapy, Apurv Shimpi sir, for this opportunity, for letting us speak and let you guys know about what our ways is to deal with this stress. And we would also like to thank the Physio TV team and our entire teacher staff for their support and guidance. We would like to wish you all the best for your exams and do well. Thank you.
Thank you.